Hi, I'm Minosh Pereira, and this is a follow-up video to the earlier video that I did on IoT server. And in this video we will set up the IoT server in your local machine, and we will enroll an Android device onto it, and also we will execute some operations on the device. So first of all, you need to go to WSO2.com to download the product, and in product section go to IoT, where you can download the server. So you can click on download server to download it, and in this tutorial I'll be using version 3.10. So I have already downloaded the server and I have extracted the zip file. So what you need to do is, with your command prompt, you need to go to the location where you extracted the server, like this. Okay, so then you need to go to the bin folder, and when you look at the bin folder you can see IoT server bat file and IoT server sh file. So the IoT server sh file is when you are using Linux or Mac. The bat file is when you are using a Windows based operating system to host the server. So what you can do here is you can execute the IoT server sh file. Since I'm on a Mac, I'll be executing the sh file. I have already started up the server in another tab, as you can see here. So the server is already started. So we need one more thing to start up the tutorial. We need to go to the Play Store in your device, and you have to download a QR code scanner. So there are many scanners available, so you can download one of the scanners. I have already installed one in my device. Also make sure the server and the device both are running in the same Wi-Fi network. So you can go to the console and you can see the IoT server console URL is there. So what you need to do is you need to copy this, and you can go to the device management console in your machine. So it will first present you with the login screen where you can enter admin, which is the default password, username and password for the admin user. So you can see the device management console where you can see groups, users, policies, roles, device types. So we'll get to these later. So in this tutorial we'll look at how to add a device or enroll a device. So we'll click on add device, which will present us with the available device types. So you can click on Android. So this shows us how to enroll a device. The steps are given, and you can see a QR code on the top of it, which will allow you to download the agent onto your device, which we'll be using to enroll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the QR code scanner which I downloaded earlier, and using this I'm going to scan this QR code. So yeah, so after scanning I can see in my device after opening the URL we can see this loads up, and you can download the IoT server agent by clicking the button. It will download, and you can open the downloads area, and in the download area you can click the Android agent, and you can install this agent onto your device. Okay, now it's installed and you can open it. So you can see there's a work profile and skip and go to enrollment. So work profile is another concept that we'll be looking at later. So for now we are going to enroll this device as a BYOD device and skip and go to enrollment. So you will be presented with the server address where you need to enter the address of the server. So to find out the address of the server or your IP address, what you need to do is you can issue ifconfig or ipconfig. Ipconfig is when you're on a Windows based machine, and you can enter ifconfig on Linux or Mac machine. So you can find the IP address of your machine, and what you need to do is you need to enter this in the agent. So this is a configuration that is not needed when you're going into a production scenario. You can hard code this value so that you can skip this, and you need to enter the port as well, which is 8280, and you can click on start registration. So it will present you with the login screen. You can enter the admin credentials again, which is admin, and for now you can ignore the organization. So the organization is what it means by the organization is the tenant. So for now we can ignore that as well. So you can click on sign in to the server. It is being authenticated, and it presents you with the policy agreement screen where you need to agree to the policy presented by the server. So this is configurable using that. Now you have to click on activate. There are some other permissions that the user has to agree. So this will be useful when executing certain commands on the device. So these permissions need to be there for the agent to execute them properly. So in the next screen you will be asked to enter PIN number. This PIN number is useful when since this is a BYOD or bring your own device kind of scenario where the user is the owner of the device. Admin should not be able to wipe the devices and things like this without the user's consent. So this is why the PIN is there. So now our device is enrolled to the server and it has got synced. So what we can do next is we can go to the device management console and go to device management, and now we can see a device that is in active state currently enrolled. That is the device we just enrolled. If we go inside this device, we can see there are commands like ring, lock, location, message, enterprise wipe, wiping the device, change log code. So things like that are there, and the operations are also there, which can be which are executed on the device. So let's go ahead and send a message to the device and see how the operation gets executed on the device. Right. Okay, so the operation is triggered. The device polls the server time to time. So I'm going to manually sync it so that it asks the server for the commands to be executed. And now we can see we receive that message that we send from the server. Okay, so there are other commands that you can execute on the device. For example, like the device lock that you can execute. So all of these, once these are executed on the device, we can see in the log that this operation is executed on the device and it is currently in the pending state. So once the operation is completed, it will get refreshed. So now we can see all our operations are completed and the device is locked and the operations are in completed state. So this is how we can execute a command on the device. So if you just refresh this page, we can now see that the device's details like the CPU, RAM, its storage, this kind of things are also available in the dashboard. So this is like a snapshot view of what the device's current state looks like. So we can view this to identify the state of the device. So this is how the whole operation and enrollment flow works. And there are other things like you can view the location of the device, you can view the applications that are there in the device, and the policy compliance. So policy is a concept that we are going to look at next in our next video, how policy compliance works, how policies are executed on the device, how the device adheres to those policies.